Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 1st to the 15th, 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, November 1st to the 15th, 2021 Virgo, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Fool, which I love, and we have the Tower. So we're going on this journey after a time of being thrown out of our comfort zone, after a time of upheaval, of chaos. We then have the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Ten of Wands coming forward. We're going to be very serious about our work, but we're also going to be learning about our work. There is a sense of not calling in the wealth. Like there's something here, there's some vampiric energy, something that's sucking away the wealth from us, and that's going to be something that we need to acknowledge. We're also going to take on a lot. We're going to have a lot put on our shoulders. The Five of Swords, we're going to be facing something emotionally. It's hitting us very emotionally. We're going to need to be logical about this. We might not actually be as logical as we need to be, which I kind of laugh because there's going to be a part of us that says, I'm being so logical about it. I'm being so logical about it. And yet we're being highly emotional and highly, reactive to it. So just be mindful of that. Then with the Knight of Wands, there's a sense of moving forward towards our passion, towards what we desire, but with passion and also desire. And that's kind of the game changer here. We didn't have that same passion. We didn't have that same insight before when we last faced this issue. The Page of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer coming through. And then we have the Knight of Wands. We have a lot of fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. If we have fire sign energy in our natal chart, okay, that's shining through like nobody's business. It's going to affect us in every single arena of our lives at this time. So wherever that fire sign energy is, if it's in our natal chart, that's part of our personality that we really have to just be mindful of during this time. Just as if we have water sign energy in our natal chart, it's shining through very powerfully in our public arena. We're going to be very emotional. We're going to be very passionate. We can really just lead without thinking during this time. Just charge forward and kind of hope for the best. So we want to be more mindful than that. Let's look here. This is the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And it's secrets. It's the death card. It's secrets. It's things being hidden from us. There's going to be something here where like something big happens, and we're not going to be told about it, or we're going to be told about it in this like kind of offhanded way. So just be mindful of that. Or there's something that we find out, we discover, and it's like, wait a minute, why wasn't I told about this? Like, so just be mindful of secrets. Secrets are going to be a huge thing during this time. If we have secrets, being mindful of those secrets too, because they're just going to compound and become overwhelming for us. And then our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The inner child. Now, this is the heart chakra. Connecting with our inner child is going to be so important for us. It's our heart chakra. It's love. It's respect. And the exercise I always love to do around the inner child is being able just to open up our hearts, close our eyes, visualize the child that we were once upon a time, and not when everything was going great, but when life was hard, when things were overwhelming, and just hold your arms open as the adult you are now to the child that you were then, and let that child run into your arms and say, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always listen to you. I will always see you. I will always, stand up for you. I'm always on your side. And just affirming that, even though we've moved past the time of being children, that inner child still lives within us, still lives inside. And just having that connection can start to heal so much that we carry. So at our root, we have the Fool. Now, we can be very aware of people calling us a fool if we're walking down a certain path that maybe some people don't agree with. Now, this is, again, taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves, respecting ourselves, right? It's not doing anything crazy or silly. But it's very much the sense of not everybody understands, and they will call me a fool. Now, we can be very mindful of this. We could have been called foolish when we were younger, and that really, impacted us. But here, we have to remember that nobody becomes the hero of their story if they are not first viewed as a fool. If they do not walk that path that people say, how are you going to do that? Think of the heroes in storybooks. They always do something extraordinary that everybody doesn't think can be done. But it's because they go against the ordinary that they shine. And this is the time for us. This is the time for us to say, but I need to walk this path. I need to embrace this part of me. Now, it might be that we don't do anything, so out of the ordinary that people, call us out or anything like that. It can just be that we have this fear. We have this fear of jumping. We have this fear of going for it. We have this fear within us that's holding us back. And Spirit's saying why. And we do know why. We do know why, especially when it comes to money, when it comes to career, being able to pay your bills, being able to, have a roof over your head and know where your next meal is coming from. Those are huge. Those are absolutely astounding things. And to be able to live in security, that is something that I think so many people, today when we think of wealth, we think of the Kardashians, right? We think of this extraordinary, over the top, just opulent lifestyle. We think of the Real Housewives or whatever nonsense we're seeing that says, this is what we're supposed to be aspiring to. That's ridiculousness. Okay? But being able to be secure, being able to move forward is everything. That stability is so important. And so here when we're being told, kind of walk that path, take that risk. Well, we've been through a tower time. We've been through a time of uncertainty. We might be still going through this time of uncertainty, of the sense of my foundation has been shaken. My doubts and my fears and my chaos, they're right here. How do I move forward? And also, how do I heal? Psychologically speaking, a lot of times people can only go through one or two really earth-shaking, shattering things within their lives before they just give up. It's like, I'm not going to take that risk. I'm not going to go after what I need, what makes me happy, because it's too much. The pain of it not happening, or the chaos of things not working out the way that I had planned, it's too much. And Spirit is saying here that during this time with our money, with our career, with ourselves, there's us being pushed out of our comfort zone. And it could be in a very small way that it had this huge effect on our emotional self. So just understanding that it doesn't have to be that anybody sits there and says, oh my gosh, you went through that, Virgo. It might be very small. And it had a very big impact on us. And it's changed the roads that we've taken. It's changed what we go after. And this is going to be a time where we start to re-see ourselves, where we start to say, but what about me? Like, what about what I need, what I want, who I am? And we have this vampiric energy that's holding us back. Now, it can be that we just have a blockage around our solar plexus chakra, around our gut. We're calling in wealth, calling in prosperity, moving ourselves forward to bounty. There can be this the sense of, am I moving the right way? Am I heading the right way? Do I know what it is that I want? And we have to follow that thread. Like, where does the insecurity come from? And by following that thread, we can come up with the silliest things. It could be that I didn't make enough money at the lemonade stand that I opened up, and I thought it was going to be a sure thing. It could be something foolish, that we look back on and think, oh, well, that's foolish. But psychologically, it had an effect on us. And so here we look at the things that hold us back. The person that said, oh, no, you're stupid, you'll never make it. Or don't go for that job, you'll never get it. Or don't even think that you could get into college, or go after this or go after that. You're not as smart as, you're not as talented as, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your friend. And so here we've carried that with us, because words have power, and they have depth to them. And so this is going to be a time where we look at it. We look at everything that has held us back, and we say, why am I still carrying you? Why am I still being drained? Like, what is this? And it moves us to being students of our passion, students of what we desire, students of where we want to be within our lives. And it has us rekindling a spark. There's a spark that's coming back. There's a passion that's coming forward. But we have to look at everything that we're carrying, because we're carrying too much. This is a thing for us during this time, where it's almost like, oh, don't worry, I got it. Don't worry, I got it. And we'll get everything until we just break, until everything falls apart, till we feel like I can't anymore. And so this is, for us, a time to say, I release. I release everything that I'm holding on to. I release everything that's holding me back. I start to look at what I want in a new way, in a different way, in a sense of, oh, I thought I had to walk this road. And now, because I'm releasing it, I'm starting to walk a road that is right for me, a place that I need to be, a place that I want to be. And I'm looking at more than just the dirt on my shoes. Because that's the thing with the 10 of Wands. Even if people would look at us and be like, oh my gosh, look at everything that you have going for you. If you only ever see the dirt on your shoes, if you're looking down and looking at how much longer you have to walk, like how much more you have to do, there's never that sense of release. And it moves us to the 5 of Swords. We're facing something here that we've faced before. Now, it can be that work is piling everything up on us. We're still learning. We're still trying to get our footing with certain things, or with everything. And work is saying to us, oh no, you got this. Like, you got this. Or they're not even saying you got this. You're like, you're the only one. You better do it, type of thing. And so we need to stand up for ourselves. We need to kind of step back and maybe not expect as much from ourselves, like not expecting perfection, but saying, I'm going to do my best, and it's going to come out as well as it will come out. And then I get to step back from it. But with the 5 of Swords here, there's going to be something that we face that has us needing to be confrontational. It has us needing to stand up for ourselves. It has us needing to be emotionally not as maybe nice as we would be. Now, this isn't picking fights. This isn't going after people. But this is very much saying to ourselves, I need to stand up for myself here. I can't be, and I won't be taken advantage of or underselling myself anymore. And then we start moving forward. We see our hearts really guiding us as knights, as heroes, as, protectors, as determined individuals during this time. And it really follows us into the public arena. This is not the time to sit back and just wait for things to happen. This is to make it happen. This is to go after what it is that we want, and where it is that we want to be, and how it is that we want to move forward. And we're going to find that as we start to relieve so much of the burdens that we put on ourselves, we start to head to a place that's bigger and better for us. We start to go after something that's more than we expected, more than we thought we wanted, but exactly where we need to be. And our hearts are telling us to move forward within our career, within our ideas, within the passions that we have on the side. And it brings us to being a student of what we love. It brings us to being a student of our heart, of what our heart needs, of what our emotions desire. If we take the emotions out at this time, we're only going to have ourselves being bogged down by work and being, drained by vampiric energy, emotional vampires, by, creative vampires, by work vampires, just the sense of, I'm going to drain you, and it's going to keep you from reaching the financial expectations that you have. And so if we let our heart into it, if we become students of our heart, which lead us to connecting with being students of our passion, which lead us to looking at, the burdens that we've been carrying and the trials and tribulations that we've been facing, that we faced before and hoped we would never see again, then we start to say, but I can move forward because we've opened up the door. We said, I don't have to know everything. But I do have to know that I need to put one foot in front of the other. I do have to know that stagnation and the days blurring into each other, to the fact that it becomes so frustrating because you can't even tell the difference between them. That is what we're kind of rebelling against here. And as we rebel against it, we start to move forward with, yes, a bit of impulsiveness, but also the sense of, I'm changing the game. I'm going after what I need, what I want, what I desire now. And that's leading me to a different place. This is a time to take action. This is a time to open up the door. This is the time to say yes instead of no or maybe or, forgetting about it because it's what we want to do. But again, we get so bogged down with everything else. We forget that we wanted to move forward. We forget that there's so much more that we wanted to go after. And so here it becomes a time of action, and it becomes a time of freeing ourselves. And as we embrace this action and freedom, we see our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Lord. It is a ruling power over us. It's almost as if, we're going to rebel against authority figures during this time. We just are. There's going to be just this little sense of, you won't tell me what to do. So do expect that from us. But there's also going to be this sense of really admiring people who are, we're going to see them as badasses. We're going to think, oh, wow, they have such a strong will, such a, determined nature. And yet they're going to be a little bit cruel in what they expect from others and the way that they don't think of everyone, So just be mindful of that. Just really be mindful of that. We're going to rebel against authority figures, except for the authority figures that inspire us or that we like at this time. And we're going to try and emulate them, but we're also not going to see their own flaws. So just be mindful of that. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is again the heart chakra, and it's play. It's feeling safe enough within our world, within our space to play. And that's big. So for human beings, we don't play if we don't feel safe. So when somebody says, I haven't laughed like that for years, or I haven't had that much fun in forever, that literally means they haven't felt safe enough within their world to just laugh and play and bring joy in. This is a time for us to make space for laughter and joy and the openness of our hearts and the discovery of our souls. And that's something that's a big deal. This is, putting on something hysterical on the television. This is reading a book that is like fluffy like popcorn, that doesn't have any real, deep depth to it, but makes us feel good. This is the time to move towards things that make us smile, things that make us laugh, things that embrace joy within us. It moves us to our subconscious rooted self. And that's the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. And there's this real sense of, I need to look at the traditions that are right for me. I need to follow the path that is right for me. And as I do so, I see myself more and more. Remember, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Hierophant is the Pope, And so with the Pope, he ruled emperors and empresses, kings and queens. They all listened to him in medieval times. And so this is a time where we look at, excuse me, what our spirit needs, what our heart desires, where our soul longs to be. And we listen to it. We walk forward within it. We start to see it. We start to see ourselves. And it brings us to our subconscious inner self. And that's the Nine of Wands. It brings us to knowing that we fought a good battle. It brings us to stepping back a little bit, not pushing us hard. It's going to be difficult for us because we're going to want to throw ourselves into our work completely, or just think that if I'm not doing anything, I'm obviously failing, or if I'm not working at 150, 200%, I'm obviously failing. And this is going to be a time where we need to step back. We also need to step away from the world of everybody else, the words of everybody else, and focus on ourselves, focus on what we want, focus on what we need. And as we do so, it moves us to our subconscious, emotional self. And that's the sun. It's letting ourselves shine. It's letting our passion and our happiness and our joy come through. Because if we let that happen, if we say, I get to be happy, and I'm embracing happiness, we start to change the game. And so much comes from our hearts at this time, even though so much comes from hard work, and we're driven by hard work and determination and insight and ideas. But the sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Now, will people take us by eyes because they want our happiness? Yeah, most definitely. Do we give it away to them? No. Do we let them steal it? No. Because we all deserve to be happy. And there are so many people here in this world that think, if you're happy, I can't be. And that's just ignorance talking. That's just a person who's come from a place of lack for so long that they expect that lack to always be. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self. And that's that's the Ace of Pentacles. Luck, prosperity, bounty. This is a gift just for us because we are represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana. We are represented by the Hermit in the Major Arcana. We are Earth sign energy. Prosperous, successful, bountiful, really moving forward towards what we want. A new door is opening if we're brave enough to take it, if we're brave enough to accept it, if we're brave enough to move forward with it. And so here, with the Ace of Pentacles, we're embracing a wealth that is powerful for us. We're embracing a bounty that is a part of us. And we're going to see new opportunities, new seeds being planted within us, new sense of, this is what I need, this is what I desire, this is where I want to be. All right. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.